Let's be honest, a lot of crypto investors, they are in trouble or they're looking for a way to actually squeeze out that life-changing money that everyone's been promised. And it's not their fault. They're busy holding for the next cycle or they're chasing moonshots. They're doing things that aren't giving them the results that they want. They have not been taught what I have right here, which is a way to turn your crypto into a portfolio that pays you a cash flow every day, week, and month. And it helps people earn, as you can see, $10,000 per month in passive income. And the best part is that you don't have to sell the coins that you already like, love, and hold. There are people out here literally earning more money than they make at their day job, and it's giving them the freedom that they have been looking for. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this right now. And just for a little bit of cred so you know who you're listening to here, I've helped 115 people inside my community of crypto investors start cash flowing off their portfolio, where you can make as much as $10,000 per month, again, without selling the assets you believe in. So if you're someone that loves Bitcoin and XRP, I'm going to help you monetize that Bitcoin and XRP. If you're a Solana and Sui guy, I'm going to help you make money off of Solana and Sui, etc. Whatever coins it is that you love, we're going to teach you how to make an income off of those coins that buys you your freedom back. And guys, I actively, like I have right here, I actively eat, breathe, and sleep crypto and DeFi every day. I'm like IT tech support for crypto and DeFi. A lot of my guys, they have questions or get confused or stuck, and without even seeing their screen, I am troubleshooting these issues. So I am a pro at this. I know way too much. It's kind of nerdy, so don't tell anyone. But as you can see here, like Grant, earning over the last 3 days at the time of this screenshot, obviously, 2,500 day one, 2,200 day two, 2,000 day three. His first 3 days getting started here, $6,700 in fees after we scaled his portfolio up to a full-size position. And he's just having a great holiday in New York City. And it's all thanks to me, right? Helping him earn about 2,000, this is in pounds too, not USD for Grant, because I help everyone, right? I'm not just helping my neighbors, I'm helping people across the world. And he's made 2,000 pounds the first week after starting. Best decision he's ever made, he said. People like Zach here, low-key huge, making 40 to 50 bucks a day. It's not as exciting as $2,000 a day, but it is life-changing. You know, Zach is someone, I don't want to share too much of his personal story, but he's working nights, and that extra 40 to 50 bucks a day is just extra income that helps him out each and every day. Brock over here saying he's not as close to me being a DeFi junkie, but $4,000 a week. I guess actually, you know, the whole screenshot can't open up here, but he's making 4K a week. That's $16,000 a month that Brock is making. And then we have here, this is Jack. In the screenshot, I haven't blurred out. I repurposed this for, you know, a different video or a post. I didn't want to dox him, basically. This is Jack, and he had a small goal recently, and he used his profits from pools to essentially buy him the 3-man sauna that he wanted. He wanted a 3-man sauna for his house, a nice bougie, it's beautiful, like wooden sauna, right? And he used pools to cash flow money off the crypto he already held and bought the sauna. And then put the capital back to where he wanted it somewhere else beforehand anyways. He took a little bit of a higher risk position, but he's done this. So we're gonna break down exactly how you can do it as well. Who is DeFi for? Who is going to succeed at cash flowing their portfolio? That's people that want financial freedom. The ability to wake up and know that your crypto is paying you every single day. People that want someone who's already done it, who can help them shortcut years of trial and error. That's me. I've been there and I've done this, guys. So I can take you on the fastest path to seeing the results that you want to see. When you set your goals, I am someone that can help you get there with this game plan. And if you're sick of feeling stuck, you're holding your coins, you're holding for that 4-year cycle. Well, it's been 4 years. Where is the money that you were promised? Did you sell anything? Have you taken any profits? We're going to get you real results using this DeFi system. You probably try to do it yourself. Maybe you've explored. Maybe you gave up custody of your assets somewhere and you lost them, somewhere like Celsius. Maybe you've tried to send things on chain and you've messed up and lost your money, whatever it may be, or you just didn't understand. Again, this is something that is second nature to me, that I eat, breathing, and sleeping every single day. Or maybe, last of all too, you've trusted the wrong people. You've trusted callouts. You've chased people that are just shilling memes, getting paid to tell you something. I'm not getting paid to tell you to go earn money on the coins that you already hold. This is a paid program where you can pay me to work with me one-on-one, but that's totally different than me trying to make money off of you putting your hard-earned money somewhere else. I'm going to teach you how to make money off the stuff that you already hold. Who this is not for, this is very important as well. In fact, I would say it's more important. If you're looking for easy money, this is not for you. This right here, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme to making millions overnight. I'm not promising that, and you looking for that is going to put you in a bad situation, and you're going to be doing bad things that you should not do. This system is for people that they want long-term cash flow. You want to build it like a business. I'm not teaching gambling. I'm teaching you how you can build your portfolio to be something that pays you essentially dividends every single day, where you're getting a business cut of the service you are providing, to where you can travel the world. You can be out in Thailand with the boys. You can just be at home. You can be driving your car. You can have a chill day, washing your car, hit the gym, just living. And you could be living for a living, cash flowing off of your portfolio. But I'm not promising you you're going to take $1,000 and turn it into $1 million overnight. That is not likely. It is not possible. 99% of traders lose. Remember that. We're not trading. We're running a business. If you're not willing to learn or take any action, this is not for you. DeFi will reward responsibility. And if you're lazy, you'll fail before you even start. And the funny thing about this is DeFi is very hands-off, I'd say. It's as hands-off as you want it to be, but you still can't be intellectually lazy, and you can't not do it. You have to actually take the steps to learn initially, which again, working with me, it's gonna make it easy. I can basically tell you what to click, but you still can't be lazy because I will never click the buttons for you because you have your seed phrase, you have your wallets, you still need to be the one that takes ultimate responsibility and actually opens the positions and builds the systems. I will guide you, but it needs to be your portfolio. If you're satisfied just holding, you're just holding your crypto, you're claiming you're pretty rich here, but you've never actually made any money. You've never sold anything, you've never taken a profit, you buy high, you sell low, like this is not for you, okay? Because we're building a business off your crypto. I'm not just holding it there and like, oh, one day I'll be rich and just giving up, letting the cycle do its thing. That's not me. I'm taking control of my portfolio. It comes back to this not being lazy, and I'm using my portfolio to make me an income. I'm building a business. I am running this online crypto business, which again, it's not even that crazy. It's not even like it's that time consuming, right? But you still need to be responsible and take control of your portfolio. And if you don't already own crypto, this is not for you as well. So you should click off the video because I'm not here to sell you on buying your first piece of Bitcoin. I'm not here to tell you why you want blockchain, why DeFi is so valuable. I'm not here to sell any of that to you. This is for people that already believe in crypto, its mission, its purpose. They believe in DeFi, or maybe they're just now hearing about DeFi, but they're on board the crypto train. They're here for the future and they want to learn how to make more money. If you're someone that is new to crypto but is already investing in it, I am more than happy to hold your hand and walk you through this process. But if you're someone that is against crypto and just watching this video, I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to twist your arm into buying crypto if you don't like crypto. But I am here, whether you're new or been a veteran around the space, to hold your hand and walk you through how to make money off your existing assets. Again, if you don't own crypto yet, maybe you're even still curious, like I said, this is just not the right starting point for you. You need to get started just learning the essentials, learning the basics, learning why you're investing in these assets to begin with. Mindset is very important and understanding what you're investing in. And here's the truth about making 10 grand plus a month off your crypto. And no one else is going to tell you these things, but you can absolutely do this. And you can do it from anywhere in the world, like on your phone, on your laptop, on a MacBook. You can do it. There's a guy that joined one of our onboarding calls. He joined our group probably between the last 6 months to a year ago, right? And when the Zoom call turns on, we see him out. There's like a port window behind him in the ocean. This dude is literally in the military, in the middle of the ocean, connected to us via Starlink, learning how to monetize his crypto. And so that's what I mean from anywhere in the world. He's literally in the ocean, who knows where, using a satellite connection via Starlink to talk to me and learn how to set up his portfolio and start making money every day, making a daily income while he's deployed. And then again, you can do it from anywhere in the world. You don't need a huge portfolio to do it. And huge is relative, but you can see results that are life-changing, I would say. See, 26 grand, that might be a huge portfolio to some. That might be chump change to people. But this can make you a monthly income that rivals that of people who are actively working and slaving away at their job every single day. People think it's too complicated. That's not true. And working with me simplifies the process even further. Whether it's just from the years of experience of figuring out what's confusing and not relevant information to even know, or the right analogies to place you into the realm of crypto and actually understand what is going on. And also taking on too much risk. You don't need to take on a bunch of risk to make good money. You can use the assets you already like and hold and make a livable income. Easily make 8 to 10, 12, 15% a month off of assets as simple as Bitcoin, which it doesn't get much safer than that unless you're looking at stable coins, which I'll tell you right here, you can earn up to 20% a year on stable coins, but oftentimes they're looking at around 10%, maybe even 8% or less, depending on what platform you're looking at, consistently over time. But again, zero vol, pretty nice, can show you how to do that as well, which is great for a bear market when you're just sitting on a cash, making 10% a year, not bad. However, most crypto investors, they aren't capable of making that $10,000 a month. They aren't capable of cash flowing off their crypto portfolio because they don't fundamentally understand how to do any of these things. They don't understand how to safely and correctly custody their assets on chain. There is tons of people that have joined our community that have lost money or been scammed by people. They don't understand. It doesn't matter if you're making $10,000 a month if you get drained for $80,000. You need to have the correct security and knowledge about what is going on. They don't know even how to put their assets to work on decentralized platforms. I often forget, because of how deep down the rabbit hole I am, I forget how such a small percentage of the population even has crypto, much less is actually on-chain in the trenches like me. To me, I'm native to it. Moving money around, I know exactly what I'm wanting to do or where I'm going at all times, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. And that's something where I can walk you and guide. I am your guide through this process and shortcut to getting to where you want to be. And avoiding pitfalls like rugs and impermanent loss. These are buzzwords right here. Getting rugs. I've been rugged. I've chased APRs. I was looking for super high cash flow positions and I didn't have that money the next morning when I woke up. I've learned all these lessons the hard way and I can teach you. So I advise you to heed my warnings and knowledge in this video, guys. And impermanent loss. Impermanent loss is one of those buzzwords you hear like, oh, you shouldn't do it. Well, we have strategies how to completely avoid or minimize impermanent loss to begin with. And most importantly, they don't understand how to systemize their portfolio in a way that, and hear me, and listen close to this part, they don't understand how to systemize their portfolio in a way that maximizes for both cash flow and appreciation. The problem is a lot of people, they'll focus on one or the other. They focus on the appreciation and the cycle. They're waiting for the cycle highs and they don't sell at the top and the price comes back down like it is right now currently. Bitcoin, the market's coming down. They didn't make any money because they didn't sell anything. They didn't capture any of the appreciation. Some people go the other way. They focus too much on cash flow, where they're so APR-centric and focused that they miss out on the max appreciation on those pumps. That's where some of that impermanent loss comes in, right? It's important that you systemize your portfolio in a way that you literally capture both the cash flow and the appreciation. It's a win-win situation and you get the absolute best of both worlds. And it's something that I do every day for every pump, whether we're going up, down, or just moving sideways. You're getting the best of both worlds at all times. This is a limiting belief that you need to protect yourself from, and that is that there is no such thing as a safe, consistent, passive income in crypto. There's no such thing. It can't be real. There's no way you can do any of this shit. This has to be a scam. I've heard all kinds of stuff like that. There is such a thing as a consistent income in crypto. But it's not found in your meme coins. It's not found in trading signals. It's not found in putting your money on some random ass exchange or website that's popping up offering crazy APRs or returns. It's found in structured DeFi systems that pay you for providing a real on-chain value. What I mean by this is we're providing a real service. We are becoming a business. We're not getting paid from the random ass money from the sky like Celsius. We're not getting just paid in this Ponzi scheme. We're getting paid for a service. We're getting paid because someone is actually paying us for our assets, which we'll break down that later as well. And when you understand how to manage your risk, compound all your returns, and allocate your capital in the correct positions, like a professional, like a businessman or businesswoman, it stops being a gamble. You stop taking on unnecessary risk, and you start building this infinite cash flow machine that pays you hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, all year long. It pays you every day, whether the market is going up, down, or chopping sideways for months at a time. And if you want that person to be you that's making money every single day, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to show you in this video how to navigate around the confusion, the fear, the misinformation that's been keeping you from making real money in crypto and DeFi, that's been keeping you just stuck holding your assets and never seeing an actual profit. I'm going to show you the exact steps I took to build a system that makes $10,000 a month from my crypto portfolio without having to be a day trader, which again, 99% lose, chasing pumps, relying on luck, chasing APRs, all these bad habits and things that look flashy on Instagram. That's basically just, it's just to entice you to this dream life that is not attainable for most people. 99% of people don't win trading, chasing pumps, gambling memes. I'm going to show you how to design a portfolio that is modestly paying you every single day, every week, every month, so you can buy back your time. You can live life on your terms, and you stop depending on your job so heavily. You can get the job you want. You can be a YouTuber if you want because crypto is paying you. You stop relying on the bull run, the 4-year cycle, the all-time high. My coin has to win. I don't need it to win. If stuff like, let's just even say Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes sideways for the next 6 months, I'm making money. You're not if you're not doing these strategies, and that's not okay, and we're gonna fix that. So whether the market goes up, down, or sideways, you make money every day so you get your life back. And we're gonna scale. We're gonna scale the passive income without risking the hard-earned money to begin with. And that's one of the problems with gambling and day trading is that if you get it wrong, you don't even have your money anymore. It's gone. You're liquidated. Okay? If you lose, you're done. So people are taking their last $1,000 and they're gambling it away. Well, not here. We're not risking our capital. We're putting our capital to work, that hard-earned money, so it can work for us. And then you get the freedom you're looking for. You can live free. You can travel. You can do it from anywhere in the world at any time on any device with an internet connection, just like the guy with Starlink in the middle of the ocean. Again, top 10 calls of all time. Top 5 calls of all time. That was just, I'll never beat that story. That's great. I would love for someone to beat that. And you have your assets working for you 24/7. And in case you don't know me, here's a brief backstory. Here's just a little bit about me, okay? So we'll just spend a couple minutes here, and just because I need to tell you exactly how this journey has changed my life so you can understand how I can change your life. About 3 years ago, I was in debt. $5,000 plus in debt. I remember my parents literally sitting me down in a Mexican restaurant, and I have divorced parents too, so it's like 2 different sets, okay? So about as awkward as it could be, it's this intervention about why our 22-year-old son is in debt and is not making enough money, right? Working at a supplement store right here, love the job, but like what the fuck, wasn't making any money, right? This is a car I had that kept getting in wrecks, and I blocked out the license plate here, and then it freaking exploded, right? And I had no money to get a new car, so then I was driving this 1990 Mercury Sable around. Again, I'm just blocking out the license plates because I don't need to like dox my fucking address or whatever. But yeah, so junker car getting hit, couldn't afford to fix, bungee corded shut, 1990 Mercury Sable right here, complete trash, obviously, nothing exciting. And we're just going to go through the story here of I decided that I had an income problem. That was a big problem. Was income is key. And I not only stacked, so I started stacking 2 to 3 jobs, okay? 2 to 3 jobs, dumping it all in crypto. I knew crypto is where I wanted to put my money. And income, I became aware of, is one of the things that'll get you out of any situation into where you want to be. And that's where the 2 to 3 jobs really came in, where I was selling cars during the day. I quit the supplement job. They made me feel so shitty for quitting too, which is crazy. And then no one talked to me after I quit. So fake friends. Anyway, stacking 2 jobs, selling cars during the day, bartending at night, using that income going all in on crypto. And I remember feeling a little uneasy when the market would move down and up in crypto, like, is this really the right thing to do? And as I started to go down the rabbit hole learning about crypto, I solidified exactly what I believed in and why I didn't care if the price was volatile, why I actually believed in Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. down the line, right? And then I started to go down the DeFi rabbit hole. And remember, income is key. When I learned I could monetize my assets and start making money off of them every day, it's a game changer. I go from having my 2, 3 jobs to having a 4th income that's coming in, right? I have more money coming in. And so while I'm on this crypto journey, which I think most of us can relate, it's a very lonely experience a lot of times because everyone around me, no one was working as much as I was. I quit hanging out with friends. I wasn't able to be around anyone anymore. And no one even knew about crypto. And the couple of guys that did, they were just gambling, trading, and they lose all their money, or they just bag held XRP and didn't know why. And they had like, when they bag held XRP, I mean, they had like $500 worth. Okay. No one was serious about it in the way that I was betting my entire future on this, which I would say most people watching this video that are still watching at this point, that's you. So I was looking for online communities. And one of the ones that I joined was Jay Gordon. I loved watching his videos and I joined his online community. And so we talk about stuff and I started sharing my DeFi experience and no one listened. No one really cared about what I was doing. I was making a couple grand a month off of it and no one cared until I made my first $10,000 month in just fees, which means literally off the portfolio I already had. It's like off the Solana and stuff that I already held, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I made an additional $10,000 that I was able to reinvest into the market. And once I hit that buzzword, once I actually hit that level of success, then all of a sudden, everyone that was already in that group wanted to listen to me. And they then took value in what I had to say. Everyone peaked up. And then from then on, I started working with Jake and we started the 10K Fast Track. And we started teaching other people exactly how to do what I did. And then Jake got involved as well, and Jake was making crazy amounts of money that he's never made before. He didn't really care when I was making $1,000 a month, but that's just because that wasn't a lot of proof. When I started making $10,000 a month, that brought enough proof to the table that got everyone interested. And then so I started teaching people. We have 116 members currently at the time of this exact video that me and Jake are helping every day. And this is us in Vegas at the Bitcoin conference, in which I think there's a picture later of some of our members that were out there as well. And then this is able to be done from anywhere in the world. Out in Mexico, printing money every single day, shooting YouTube videos. This 10K a month has freed me to focus on YouTube and make videos. I'm just sitting here in this Corvette on a parking garage, shooting a video, talking about cryptocurrency. That's crazy. You look at literally 2 to 3 years ago, supplement store kid with the beat up 1990 Sable with no freaking fender from probably my brother, whoever that was. And then now in a vet, shooting YouTube videos, working with someone that I used to aspire to and listen to his videos. We're like best fucking friends. Best fucking friends. We're making money, loving crypto. It's a beautiful thing how the world has changed. And now I'm giving back to not just everyone watching this video, but also the guys inside our community as well. The 10K Fast Track, like we talked about, it's my personal system. I built it through my own trial and error, like I've explained, through spending those multiple years in DeFi and quite frankly, quite alone. I've been testing every yield strategy, farming, lending, liquidity providing, everything I could find I've done. I've lost money, I've made money, I broke even on stuff, I've been rugged completely, and I've done this all alone because nobody cared until I came out the other side completely successful. I've learned what works, but more importantly, I've learned what doesn't and what you can avoid. I've spent years in DeFi. I know it like the back of my hand. For me, it's like your favorite video game you played since you were a kid. Like if you grew up playing Halo or Call of Duty, that's now how I feel about just DeFi. Like I just know exactly what to click, where to go, how to optimize anything and everything, and what to never click or touch in your life. It's second nature to me because I've made all the mistakes. I've been rugged. I've woken up and felt that pit in my stomach where, 10 grand is missing because I was on a sketchy asset or a new asset. I was chasing yield and that token went to zero overnight. They got rugged. They just shut it down. Crazy. Never lost 10 grand in 6 hours of sleeping before. But, it's a lesson I'll never forget, a lesson I've learned from, and hopefully I can teach you so you avoid learning it the hard way. I've refined every process. I have it down to a science, and I've tested everything on my own. Again, no one cared until the results I was getting. And I've simplified it into a repeatable system where, again, I have 116 members in this group. That is so many reps. You do anything 116 times, you help 116 people every week, and then you'll be a professional at this as well. And so, up here, just this is me kind of at the beginning of my journey here. We're just dreaming that DeFi is the answer. It's just a good photo. I just liked it, put it up there. This is years of just deep dreaming. I am going to make it, and no one cared until I did. But the most beautiful part about making it is then like this right here in Vegas with some of my closest friends inside our 10K fast track of people that we've helped change their life. We've helped make them an income each and every day. And it's my favorite part. Not only am I surrounded by people who share the same interests and are like-minded with me, but I've helped them achieve some results and actually move towards their dreams. But let me break it down for you guys. In the following slide, I'm going to show you the exact blueprint, A to Z, how to get the same results, how you could start making that same 10K a month buzzword without selling a single coin. And so it's just very important you pay attention to this and you actually see the value in process here. Connecting the DeFi dots, how cute. The first step is rewiring your mind, breaking all your habits, and we're gonna break these down. Getting on chain and building a foundation, a strong foundation for your portfolio. Actually learning how to get on, navigate, and create strong roots. Deploying the DeFi flywheel, which will actually be the process of building the business. From there, we optimize your portfolio and we scale. We scale it to smash and exceed the goals that you come into our 10K fast track with. And then we focus on systemization, which is where everything becomes clear cut, dry. What do I do next? And so what I'm about to show you is the part that no one's going to teach you. That's the part that will actually change your life if you pay attention. No one ever showed me how to make my crypto work for me. No one showed me. I had to figure it out the hard way. The trials and tribulations, losing money, being stressed out to death, and feeling frankly quite alone. But once I built the system, literally once I built it, everything's changed. I'm going to take you through all 5 of those steps so you can experience the exact same transformation for yourself without wasting time, without wasting money, without wasting any of the things that I did, experiencing any of the pitfalls, and fast tracking your way to your first $10,000 per month. The first step, rewiring your mind. It's the whole investor versus retail mentality. Having the emotional control and discipline and belief in the markets. For example, right now the market's coming down at the time of this video, November 16th, you can see here. And the fear and greed index is not looking good. If you're retail, if you are an investor, this is showing you what a great time to buy that this is. This is a great time to buy right now if you believe in Bitcoin long term. And maybe you think we're going to go down farther, and that's fine, right? But if you were buying at 125 all-time high, at the time of this video, that was all-time high, you're telling me you don't want to buy at like almost 90K? It's a 30% discount almost? What is going on? Fixing your mindset will fix so many things and allow you to look long-term at your portfolio and control your emotions. The best part about this DeFi business is that you get this daily income that helps with this abundance mentality of you knowing that long-term, because you're picking long-term quality assets, your portfolio is going to be here. If Bitcoin moves down 10%, you don't care because you're cash flowing and automatically buying up that dip of Bitcoin. You are just building more assets over time. Business mindset. You don't care if short-term you lose money as a business. That's a write-off. That's a write-off. We're building assets. And in fact, businesses, they keep reinvesting all their money into assets. They're buying vehicles. They're buying whatever they need to write down those expenses as low as possible. That's what we're doing. If our portfolio is dropping in value, but we're spitting out income every day, We're using that to buy the dip. And on paper, we haven't made a lot yet, maybe. If Bitcoin's down 30%, but you've made 10 grand this month, you throw that back into Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes back up to all-time high, that 10 grand you threw in is now even more. You have to have this long-term mindset. Goals and alignment. This is actually so underrated, but one of the most important things. Because as we start to build your portfolio, we're going to create rules and systems. But some people will find it hard to follow those rules and systems if they don't have their emotional control and they don't have their goals and alignment together. Your portfolio needs to be aligned with your goals. And those should be long-term goals. And in fact, I quite recommend every new 10K Fast Track member to create a vision board of just what those goals are. If you have a specific car that you're wanting, if you have a house that you're wanting, if you're buying a ring, whatever it is, have these things, have photos of them even, so you actually feel some emotional pressure maybe to commit and sell the things at the right times, follow your rules at the right times, and not try to get cocky or over greedy when greed's super high, or over fearful when fear is at a max like it is right now today. Be aligned with your long-term goals and needs in your portfolio. Getting on chain and building a strong foundation. This is key to everything. Without getting on chain, we cannot get involved in DeFi. This is what the real side of crypto is. Everyone that's buying on exchanges and holding there, they're just speculating. No one on there is actually using the chains. That's what this is. We're getting our assets on where the action is. This is the exciting part. You actually get to use the blockchain for the first time, maybe. And so what we're going to do is get our assets on chain. And I have a little graphic here, right, where, it talks about the difference between sexes, that sounded funny. It talks about centralized exchanges, Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Binance, whatever it may be for you, different countries, different things. Look for you and your country what works best. Here in the US, Coinbase is just super smooth for me, so typically I'm using Coinbase quite a lot. But once you on-ramp your money, we're looking to get that onto hot wallets. And here's a list here if you're curious, Rabby Wallet and MetaMask for EVM and layer 2s. Hopefully you know what that means. If not, leave a comment. We can do a video, break that down. Phantom Wallet here. That's going to be great for Solana and Sui activities. Kepler Wallet, anything Cosmos ecosystem. And there, depending on what you have, like HBAR, Hashpack, that's going to be different, right? Everything's going to be a little different. So this is going to be something that gets tailored to you when you join, because it's something that for the masses, it's going to look a little different. Cold storage wallets, right? That's going to be where you take your money off the exchange and you hold it long term. That's something I don't use as often for DeFi. That's just like some Bitcoin and stuff I have sat for 20 years from now, right? Whereas hot wallets are the stuff that I'm going to use day to day, monetizing my favorite assets. When we get our assets on chain, we want to learn small, get a proof of concept going. And this is something that I've heard before too, where it's like, in archery or when you're shooting, you aim small and you miss small, right? Where it's like, I'm aiming for the bullseye, and if I barely miss the bullseye, I'm still freaking hitting so close to that target. If you're aiming at a target and you aim really small, if you miss, you're still going to hit the target. And that's kind of the thesis there. So we want to learn small. That way, if we miss and we make a mistake, we're only losing a small amount of capital. And then we scale later. We want to get a proof of concept going. We want to reverse engineer the process of what our goal is. If your goal is to make $10,000 a month, we want to build a proof of concept that we know can get there percent-wise, and then just scale the capital to achieve our goals once we've actually got that blueprint laid out. When it comes to asset selection, this is so important too. Reverse engineering your goal with the right long-term assets. And this military method that I'm saying right here, it's what I think about when I think about the guy that joined the call from the boat. If he got deployed, or his freaking laptop got blown up, or they lost Starlink connection, and he didn't have access to his crypto for a year or longer, he trusts that his assets are still there. It's important that you build a strong foundation of assets that can last throughout time, so when the market dips, you're not scared. Like Bitcoin, I can hold multi-cycle if I have to. I'm monetizing it every day, but still, if my foundation's in Bitcoin, I'm not scared that my portfolio is going to Control-Alt-Delete itself overnight, okay? Which is very, very important. Very important that you pick assets that if something were to happen to you and you go into a coma or you get deployed for a year or two at a time, you're going to come back with your money, if not more. This is where things get exciting. We're going to deploy the DeFi flywheel. This is step 3 in the process, where you actually start learning the lending and borrowing process. You learn to open the liquidity pools. You learn what to do with your profits. Where do you put them? Do you compound them? Do you take them as profit themselves? And we go over risk management. And you look at the process here, right? Where you're starting, you're adding liquidity. You're choosing we've already chosen your favorite coins, your foundational plays, but you're depositing them. And you're putting them into pools. And then you're using the pools to decide where that money is going to go. Do I stack more of my favorite long-term assets? Do I cash flow my lifestyle? I mean, if you're making 10 grand a month, you just got to make the decisions on how much is going back into crypto so you can catch that uptrend later, how much is going to go to stable coins on the side so you can wait for a dip and reinvest, or how much are you going to actually pull out in cash flow? If you're making 10K a month, do you actually need to pull that out and buy a Lamborghini? Or would you be happy with maybe a little bit more of an affordable car and then compound the other $8,000, $9,000 somewhere else into more Bitcoin, etc.? That's something that, when it comes to risk management, I think is a great idea. It's a great idea. You can live off the cash flow, but I think it's very important that we repurpose those profits to long-term positions, whether that's USDC being lent out or whether that is to more pools, compounding those and growing your income from 10K a month onwards. After we have those positions open, that's when we really optimize and scale. That's when we start tracking the positions. And we see at that small level we were starting at, we see how things are performing. Because we know if you're making 10% a month off this smaller position, we know, because we're tracking and auditing it, that we can scale it and start to scale those positions to where they're making us $10,000. We can reverse engineer the process, and once we hit the APRs that we need, we go in and we scale. And then we learn how to optimize every single thing. For example, yield stacking, where if you're in Solana pools and you're earning X%, we need to make sure you're in a liquid stake Solana so you earn an additional 10% a year. XYZ. This goes on throughout so many different areas, but where you can be stacking the yield in multiple different places, where you have the lent APRs, you have the pool APRs, you have the liquid staked APRs, you have everything working for you at all times to where your money just keeps making you more money every single day, and we scale you to the $10,000 mark. And we do so with capital efficiency, because we don't want to be bleeding. And that is the importance of tracking, because so many people, when they get started, they don't want to take the time, and this is where the being lazy thing comes in. They don't want to take the time to actually fill out and use the spreadsheets. But if you don't do that, how do you actually know if you're outperforming the market? How do you know if you're truly making $10,000 a month? Or how do you know where the leaks in the boat are? You need to be able to see what positions are underperforming. See what positions are losing you money, and see what your winners are. Because the beautiful thing about crypto as well is that the winners oftentimes keep winning. So it's easy to keep feeding a smaller portfolio of winning horses than to try to manage a position of 20 different assets and have to manage all this junk and BS. So guys, this is where optimizing your portfolio for max efficiency and then scaling to $10,000 a month is just, it's just butter. It's just so easy. This is the fun part, because after this, after you optimize and scale, and then the next step is building your systems, after this, it becomes hands-off and it becomes so much less fun, because you're just making money every day and you're no longer involved. And if you get over-involved, then you'll start making mistakes, which we don't want to do. Systemization. This is the most advanced level part, but it is my favorite. It is definitely my favorite part of the process, and it's where you put all the different little puzzle pieces of building these systems together. You create take-profit rules, right? So for example, I've had an Arrow USDC position open for a year and a half now. I've talked about on the channel quite a bit. And I have rules. So this Arrow USDC, it makes me a couple $100, $500 every month probably off of it. And I have rules. If Arrow's price is under $1, I take the Arrow I earned, so I take the 500 bucks I made, right? And I put it into an XtraFi leverage position of Arrow USDC, which we don't need to cover exactly what this is on this video, but I use that to just make more Arrow. So I put my Arrow to work, my Arrow makes more money for me. That's the velocity of money, keeping it moving. And then this leveraged position stays open until Arrow hits over $2, and then I will close that position for cash and lend out stablecoins. The OG position, Arrow USDC. If Arrow is ever over $1, like it was the last couple weeks where Arrow was $1.20, I take that Arrow, that $500 a month, and I put it as cash right away. I lend it as USDC. So I'm bagging some profit. I'm securing some profit over $1 Arrow, but at the same time, if it's under $1, I'm building this long-term juicy leveraged position for when Arrow hits $2. I'm winning no matter what. I have a game plan that removes all emotion and creates a loop of max efficiency where my money keeps working for me at all times. And this is a simple one position, or technically like 3 position example, I guess. But you can get very complex with these, but you need to build them from that strong foundational position. And so what I mean by that is this. Something like, say you're starting with 50 grand, you could lend out Bitcoin for $50,000. And these are the advanced strategies we teach where then you would borrow against that Bitcoin. Let's say you borrowed about $15,000 to $20,000 against it. You're paying 4% a year, 5% a year for this loan, and you're putting it in SUI directly. And this is different for everybody. You like different assets than me. People are going to like and do different things. You take that SUI, you would lend it back out, borrow stablecoins against that, throw those borrowed stablecoins into a cash flow machine. And that cash flow machine, as it pays you every single day, you take the profits, you take 75% of them, you rotate it back to Bitcoin. You take 25% of them, you throw it back into USDC, and you keep this thing moving. It's an infinite money machine that makes you money every single day, an infinite loop that keeps your money working for you. And the beautiful thing is that then when Bitcoin goes up in price, say Bitcoin goes back to 125, you make like 20K right here. When SUI goes back up to, let's say, $4, you make an additional $20,000 right here. And this has been making you money the whole time. And this will also give you a net positive on the appreciation as well. And that's where you're maximizing for cash flow and appreciation. Because in crypto, the appreciation is so powerful. You do not want to miss it by going balls deep directly in pools just off the bat. That's why we have these advanced strategies and systems that are so important, because the cash flow is beautiful and it lets you compound into these long-term plays even faster, more efficiently. And then when the market does move up, you make so much money off appreciation as well. It's insane. It's actually insane. And this could look different for multiple people. Some people may not like to borrow and then go in directly into another asset. They may want to go directly into pools. So you have a bigger amount going straight into pools, cash flowing a bigger amount off the rip. There's so many ways to play this. DeFi is fully modular, and that's why you need to work with me so I can build this system for you. We together can build your system with your rules that will work for you and takes all the guesswork away. So if you've built this system, you don't have to worry. If I fall off the face of the earth, you still know exactly what to do and how to do it each and every day with your profits. So here's the cherry on top. This is one of my clients I work one-on-one with every single week, Grant. And he is a great case study of he's went from holding Bitcoin, he's held Bitcoin, he's never sent any of it off of an exchange. This is an experience that we had together, sending it off of the exchange for the first time. And he didn't even use a traditional exchange. He was with some website that I was scared was even actually holding his Bitcoin. But we figured it out. We figured it out together. And it's been, oh man, a majority of this year we've been working together. And he now understands so many little complexities and nuances of the crypto and DeFi space that he is pretty fluent with it on his own. To be honest with you, he's fluent with it on his own now. And we still work together, of course. He's hit record-breaking days of $9,000 a day. He is my highest earning student. That is the record. We haven't had anyone beat 10K a day yet, but he's hit $9,000 a day, which is outshining me completely. You know, the student has beat the master, essentially. But he is making crazy money, cash flowing off his portfolio. And he's freed up time, financial stress. He's canceled, this is funny, a couple weeks ago I was so worried for him because he didn't even cancel. He just didn't show up. And I didn't hear from him for like 3 days. And he was just living his best life. He was just on vacation. He was out in like Dubai, and he's been all over. He's come to the United States. He's been literally everywhere. Paris, he just goes to Paris for the weekend, which is amazing, right? But that's something that DeFi has helped free up and allow him the opportunity to literally just cancel calls with me and go to Paris and Dubai and have that time with his wife, because Crypto has freed up that income problem for him. He can just do his life is now his. He doesn't have to answer to me, even though he booked a call with me. He just gets to go live his life. And I think that is a beautiful, beautiful thing and something that everyone should aspire to. Now that you understand more of what this process is, of course, I have an offer for you. If you've been holding your crypto for years, you're watching everyone make money, everyone's posting screenshots, people are buying the cars that you want, people are living the life of your dreams, they're going to Paris, they're going to Dubai. If you're someone that knows that you're meant for more, you know you're on the path, but it's just not working, you're putting all your money in crypto, you haven't seen the results that you're promised. If you want the change now in your life, if you want to start making money, you want the freedom to go wherever it is you want to go, whenever you want to do it, whatever you want to buy, if you want the control over your time so you can say F you to the boss man, if you don't like your job, you can do whatever you want. And hear me out, I quit my job for a couple months and dude, you get so bored. Like I had all my YouTube videos filmed for the next 3 months in the first 2 or 3 days, right? So you'll need to find a way to use your time, but you'll be able to use it how you want, right? You live life on your terms. If that is something that interests you, you need to click the link down below. Work with me, book a call with me. We will set up this 10K fast, we'll get you in our 10K fast track system, and we will set you up with a portfolio that pays you every single day. And again, you don't need crazy money. If $166 every day would change your life off $27,000, that's something that is very, very doable off coins that you already own. Is the best part. So if you're tired of watching everyone else make money in crypto and you want to turn your assets into this income machine that makes you money every single freaking day, it buys you your time back, it gives you the freedom, the control over your time, the life on your terms, the 10K fast track is where I take you by hand. I have 116 other members I've helped, and I help you build that income machine and monetize the assets you already own. It's a consistent, modest income that comes in each and every day. We're not gambling. It's not day trading. It's not something that is going to blow up your account, but it's not going to make you, again, it will not make you a millionaire overnight, but it will consistently pay you. And I want to stress this because I'm not here for gambling. This is an income machine. This is a business that will pay you each and every day. And it's not paying you someday. It's not paying you at the end of the cycle. It's paying you now. It pays you hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, at all times. You're earning money at all times throughout the day. This is a consistent, livable daily income. It's more than livable, guys. It's amazing. That will change your life. And it's not at the end of this cycle. It's not at the end of the bull run. It is now, this second. Book a call. Work one-on-one with me. We'll book a call together, see if you're a good fit. If you are, we will help build this system for you that will change your life and build an income off of the portfolio and the assets that you already own. And if not, we'll give you some pointers for the road if you're not a good fit to show you the way so you can come back to us later. So if you're done hoping, done waiting, ready to earn money right now, starting the day that you join, book a call with me down below and we will get you started towards the life of your dreams. Guys, I will see you on the other side. Do not delay. Parker Ray.